Welcome to Cigar Audit. Matt, Edward, and uncomfortably close Mateo here to review this mystery Nicaraguan Lancero cigar. So one of Ed's friends and my new friend,
That'd be nice
Avram.
if I had one, thank you.
Well, if you showed up on time. Avram has supplied us these cigars, and I did ask him before we started what house blend this was from. I believe it's from a place down in Little Havana.
Well, he did tell me and I forgot.
Well, I texted him, so Avram had said that it's from a place called Casa Merva. So, never been there, haven't been to Little Havana myself anyway. So, we'll start with you, Mr. Ed. What does your cigar look and smell like?
Actually, it looks like it's constructed very well.
Yeah, it does.
And nice tight seams, not a lot of veins. It looks like a quality construction. Has a little bit of that musty smell, but
Very muted.
a deeper, I guess, not as, has more depth of mustiness if you can, like, most of the time when you get that mustiness, it's a sort of like a lighter smell. This is much like the difference between, say, a light chocolate and a dark chocolate.
I think it's almost fungal.
Smells like a leather couch with rum and cologne.
What will you have? I have rum. You're wearing cologne.
So just a leather couch. then.
Leather. All right, well,
Maybe a little bit.
I do like the construction. It is tight, well packed. I don't notice any soft spots at all. Nice little pigtail at the end, and I'm excited to get this started. And what about your pre-light draw?
It's a little tight, not bad though. And,
Sorry.
Go on.
but you know, a Lancero sometimes is a little tight. I'm sure it'll loosen up after it's lit.
I'm getting a like an oaky note.
From Muskogee?
It's very oaky. That's musty oaky.
Yeah,
You know, almost like an aged tobacco, but
like
not
a wet leaves.
Mm-hmm. What about you?
Well, it literally is wet leaves. So yeah,
That's a good point.
it tastes like wet leaves. It has a little bit of spice to it on draw, like a sweet spice.
Yeah.
Not real hot, just a little bit of a sweet spice.
All right, well, let's get these toasted up. I want to smoke. Well, Ed, start with your opening thoughts.
It's a lot. I mean, compared to the unlit draw, I mean, it's a lot spicier than I anticipated, especially on the retro ale.
Yeah, my retro ale has a quick black pepper bite, and it turns into some sweet spices. What about you, Matt? Your first impressions?
I'm not getting any spice. I am getting sweetness. Even on the retro ale, it's very smooth. I don't seem to have quite as much draw as you guys. Mine's not.
Yeah, I'm even
I
getting.
might have some blockages or something.
I'm even getting pepper, black pepper, and like paprika on the draw. You know, kind of dry to the palate too. The finish.
It's definitely a strong spice.
Mm-hmm. I do get a subtle sweetness, like a vegetable sweetness. Not sugar, but vegetable.
So, ample amount of smoke, I think. Like I said, I was really taken by surprise by the power of the spice. Especially from the pre-lit draw, it was a little sweet, but it wasn't subtle. And then all of a sudden, boom. For me, you know.
Mine's already calmed down though. I agree. It was very strong spice, black pepper spices in the beginning. First couple draws.
Yeah, mine has too.
It's died down a little bit. But kind of an earthy smoke with some leather, hints of leather in there.
Yeah, pre-light I was getting the leather, and it is smooth. Like I said, I haven't gotten any spice even on the retro ale. I think mine does kind of taste like fig. I haven't really gotten any pepper. Just I had the natural earthy taste at the beginning, and it's getting kind of fruity.
The type of spice and taste in this, it reminds me of like a Unico series a little bit.
Mm-hmm. A little bit like
a Papas Frias or something like that. Not quite the depth of flavor, but still, to me, along those lines.
I would agree. I think this is very similar to a Drew Estate Liga with the pepper and the earth and the leather. It's just, you're right, it's not as rich as like the L40, which would be their Lancero.
Reminds me of a Dusty Cellar.
Dusty Cellar.
Yeah.
Well, that's actually good for a...
It is very good.
I think he has too much rabbit hair in his lungs.
Yeah, let's do something about that rabbit. Well, anyway, we'll get further down on this cigar and we'll let you know how it progresses. Welcome back to Cigar Audit. Matt, Mateo, and Edward here to review the mystery Nicaraguan Lancero. So Ed, your first third, sir.
Now the spice is still there, but it's muted. It's not anywhere near as strong as it was, for me, at least. And there's like an underlying, I don't get so much leather, but I get actually a little creaminess now, a little underlying that spice.
So far, we're a little past the first third, so I get a lot of spice through the nose. I would say white, black pepper, even saltiness. And I would say it's a leathery, very slight earth, and a little bit of cream. I agree with you on that. And my finish tends to be black pepper and that tangy, creamy leather taste. What about you, Mateo? That good, huh?
It's narrow and tight,
Like
and
you
I
like
don't
them?
I don't have a great draw, and
Getting a wonky burn too.
yeah, I have not had to relight it yet, but it is really making me work.
Take a picture of that wonky burn. Okay.
So I've been puffing like crazy. I didn't get the spice you guys are getting. It's earthy with some woody notes. In the beginning I got a little bit of fruitiness. It kind of tasted like fig for a little bit. I did get some cedar and some other, you had mentioned oak. I don't know my particular wood flavors, but
Okay.
but it was woodsy.
So far so good for some of us, not necessarily Mateo, but we'll get further down on the cigar and we'll let you know how it progresses. Welcome back to Cigar Audit. Matt, Ed, and Mateo here to finish up our mystery Nicaraguan Lancero. We decided to skip the second third because we just kept smoking it. So I will start with you, Mr. Ed. You're almost towards the end of your cigar. How did it perform?
The spice is still there through the nose, but it's a lot less than what it was. Just a tobacco taste really now. I'm not really getting, maybe a little bit of cedar in there. Really hasn't changed all that much other than the flavors have muted a little bit, so that the underlying flavors have come out a little bit more than at first. At first, like I said, it was really a powerful blast of spice through the nose, especially, that I didn't expect. I think it's a pleasant smoke. It's not overly complex to me.
I would agree. So in general, I think mine's been pretty good. I agree 100%. It did not progress a whole lot. That didn't surprise me, considering that Abram has said that he doesn't like those cigars. But there have been very minor transitions. I would say for the most part, it's a leathery cigar with wood notes, some earth notes, certainly spice on the retrohale, black and white pepper, as well as on the finish. Occasionally you get a little hint of creaminess, which is nice, but in general, the construction's been very good, draw's been very good, smoke output's great, so yeah. But I think, in general, I think my cigar's done pretty well. I would agree it's not super complex. What about you?
Mine had no spice on the retrohale until just now. The last few that I did, I got a pretty strong cayenne. A lot more spice than I've had throughout the cigar until now.
My end is kind of been jalapeno a little bit, so a little bit more of that spice.
I see. I think a lot of the cedar that we were getting is due to these cigar residue cedar spills that we use.
Yes.
Yeah.
That would be the original aroma, but that's not the flavor.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
So that accounts for the cedar.
Plus, it's in a giant cedar box.
No, this is cardboard.
No, the cigar. Any other? Your construction seemed to be poor in the middle, but at the end it seems okay, right?
It has improved now that I've smoked through all of the blockages.
So there was more than one, because you talked about one.
I feel like it got better at certain points. I think it was just too tight all around.
Okay.
And at certain parts where it would get past a blockage, it would open up a little, but it didn't really open up until towards the end here, where I'm actually starting to put out a decent amount of smoke.
Okay. Well, Ed, if you don't mind getting us started, would you rate this mystery Nicaraguan house blend?
Is it really a mystery?
Well, it's a house blend, but I don't know what type of tobacco's in here. So
Nicaraguan.
Yeah, you just said that.
For all I know, that's what Abram said. I don't know.
Oh, is he going to tell us?
Maybe he's going to keep us in suspense like Donald Trump.
Oh snap! Oh snap!
So, if you could rate said cigar, sir.
I'm probably going to go about 90.
I demand a recount.
Do I have any hanging chads?
It is interesting that you chose a 90.
No, it's not.
What number do you think I'm going to use?
91.
That is incorrect.
89.
I'm going with an 89. That just means our palates are very on par. That's not a bad thing. Yeah, I'm going to go 89. I think it's a pleasant cigar.
Well, I could have went there too, but I gave it the benefit of the doubt, I guess.
Because it's your friend?
Because maybe he'll give us some more free ones.
Oh, well, that's true. Well, we do. I do have, I think, one or two of the Bellicoso Nicaraguans he gave me that I haven't tried yet. So we could do those too.
Same blind?
I don't know. I have no idea. It's mystery. I told you. But I do think mine was a very well rolled Lancero, which is difficult to roll. And it's a very pleasant smoke. At times reminds me of Liga series, but very good. Enjoy it.
I'm thinking 81.
Wow.
Mine, on account of the construction issues. I really had to work at this one. Now, I am impressed that although the draw was so terrible, I never had to relight it. I was able to keep it going the whole time, but it took a lot of puffing.
But in general, you agree it's a pleasant smoke. You not so much.
I enjoyed the flavors throughout, and if it had been a little more loosely wrapped and didn't have those blockages, I think it would have been closer to a 90 for me, but it had to be low 80s due to how much work I had to put into keeping the thing
It's fair.
smoking.
Fair point. Thanks to Abram for giving us these cigars to review. I think they were good, pleasant smokes. And we're welcoming more. So anybody that has them, bring them on. We need to smoke more cigars. Thank you for watching Cigar Audit. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram.
The old FaceTube and the Insta Twitter.
Viewers, thank you very much for your time this evening, assuming that you're watching post-meridian. And I hope that you enjoyed the video, brought to you by Cigar Audit. Make love, not war.
Peace.